Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're making homemade cinnamon rolls. Soft, fragrant, with cinnamon and glaze. I'll show you the entire process step by step from the starter to the glaze. Get comfortable and let the magic begin. To prepare the starter, take some flour and be sure to sift it. This enriches the flour with oxygen and makes the dough lighter and more airy. Add the yeast. Add the sugar and stir thoroughly until the mixture becomes smooth and uniform. Add the milk gradually in small portions. After each addition, mix thoroughly until the mixture becomes smooth and uniform. Then add the next portion and mix again. Continue this process until all the milk is incorporated. Gradual addition helps achieve a smoother texture and prevents lumps from forming. Using a sponge or pre-ferment gives your baked goods a deeper, richer flavor and a soft, airy texture. It works by letting the dough rest and ferment ahead of time, which helps build aroma and makes the structure more elastic and tender. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and let the sponge rest in a warm place for 30-50 minutes until it rises. While the sponge is rising, we'll start making the caramel. Pour the sugar into a saucepan and gently heat it until it melts into a smooth caramel. Once the sugar starts to boil, stir vigorously to prevent it from sticking to the bottom and burning. Carefully pour in the cream. The mixture will foam up and release steam. This is perfectly normal. Keep stirring vigorously to prevent it from overflowing. After a short while, the caramel will settle and become smooth. Now it's time for the butter. This is what gives the caramel its silky texture and deep, rich flavor. Stir until smooth and watch the magic happen. Lightly season with salt. Add a touch of vanilla magic. It will make the caramel more fragrant and refined. The caramel turned out perfect, golden, smooth, and full of flavor. Carefully fill the piping bag with caramel and set it aside for an elegant touch of flavor and decoration for the cinnamon rolls. Next, we begin kneading the dough. Add 2 eggs to the bowl. They're the foundation of the dough to come. Next, add the sugar and salt. In a bowl, thoroughly whisk the eggs with sugar until completely smooth. The sponge has risen beautifully, becoming soft and airy, just the texture we need to move on. Gently add the egg mixture to the sponge and mix carefully, preserving its airy texture. Add a small amount of flour and gently mix the batter. Add the remaining flour and keep kneading, feeling how the dough gradually becomes firmer. As we keep mixing, the dough gets so firm that it's time to switch to kneading by hand, working it until it becomes smooth and elastic. Place the dough onto your work surface. Now we're going to rub in the butter, which should be nice and soft. Take a small amount of butter and spread it in a thin layer over the dough, then start kneading it in. Once the butter is absorbed, spread another layer over the dough and keep kneading. Repeat this process until all the butter is used. In our case, we did it 4 times. This kind of kneading makes the dough soft, uniform, and elastic. About 5 minutes after adding the butter, it becomes smooth and easy to work with. The finished dough springs back when pressed, doesn't stick to your hands, and stretches without tearing. That's exactly the texture you want for soft and fluffy cinnamon rolls. Lightly oil the sides of the bowl to keep the dough from sticking, then place the dough inside. Cover the dough with plastic wrap and let it rise for 40 to 100 minutes. The time will depend on the room temperature. While the dough is rising, let's get started on making the filling. Mix the brown sugar and cinnamon together until fully combined. Prepare the butter for spreading over the dough. It should be soft. Carefully take the dough and place it onto your work surface. Begin stretching it gently and gradually, trying to keep it whole. Minor breaks in the dough can occur, but that's nothing to worry about. Once fully stretched, gather the dough into a soft ball, pressing out any excess air. To avoid the hassle of lengthy kneading by hand, you can let a stand mixer do the work. Just about 7 minutes, and the dough will be ready, elastic, smooth, and perfectly kneaded. Shape the dough into a smooth ball, cover it with plastic wrap, and let it ferment for another 30 minutes. Let's start shaping our future cinnamon rolls. To keep the dough from sticking to the surface, you can lightly dust it with flour or brush it with a bit of oil. This will make the process much easier and more comfortable. Gradually and gently roll the dough into a rectangle, approximately 24 by 18 inches or 60 by 45 centimeters. Take your time and avoid pressing too hard. Once the dough reaches the desired size, its thickness should be about 1/4 of an inch or roughly 5 to 7 millimeters. Brush the surface of the dough with melted butter, gently spreading it in an even layer without pressing down. Leave a small strip along the edge unbuttered. Add the filling. Gently and evenly sprinkle it over the buttered surface where it easily adheres. Distribute the filling in a way that's comfortable for you, using your hands or a spoon. The main thing is to make sure it evenly covers the entire surface of the dough, as shown in the video. Gently begin to roll the dough. Shape the edge gradually, without rushing. Then, placing your hands on top, start rolling evenly along the entire length. Avoid pressing too hard. The dough should retain its round shape. Place the dough and shape it into an even form, ensuring the thickness is consistent throughout. Prepare for slicing. You can use a ruler to divide it into 12 equal parts. Carefully mark the spots for future cuts with a knife. To slice the dough, we'll use dental floss. It's so delicate that a knife wouldn't give clean edges. After cutting, gently set the pieces aside and lightly press them from the top. Notice how clean and even the edges turn out when sliced with dental floss. The cut looks beautifully neat, and the filling forms a graceful spiral that's clearly visible. A bit more slicing magic. It's impossible to stop admiring them. Our cinnamon rolls look absolutely stunning, perfectly shaped, evenly sized, with beautifully clean edges. Carefully transfer the cinnamon rolls onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper, making sure to preserve their shape. Arrange them evenly, leaving enough space between each one. They will expand as they bake. Once placed, you can gently adjust their height to ensure all the rolls look neat and uniform. Cover the baking tray with the cinnamon rolls using plastic wrap and let them rest for 30 minutes to allow the dough to rise slightly. While the cinnamon rolls are rising, it's the perfect time to prepare the creamy frosting. Take the butter. It should be soft and at room temperature so it blends smoothly with the other ingredients. Add the first half of the powdered sugar and mix thoroughly until the texture becomes smooth and uniform. Add the remaining powdered sugar and continue mixing thoroughly until the frosting becomes smooth and perfectly uniform. Add the softened cream cheese and mix thoroughly until the texture becomes smooth and well combined. Add a spoonful of vanilla extract and give it a good mix. Just look at how smooth and delicious this frosting turned out. For easier application, transfer the frosting into a piping bag. Alternatively, you can use a pastry brush, whichever method feels more comfortable for you. For irresistibly soft cinnamon rolls with a golden finish, evenly drizzle cream over them just 5 minutes before baking. This simple trick works like magic. Place the cinnamon rolls into the preheated oven. The baking settings are shown in the video for perfect results. Just pull these delicious beauties out of the oven. Now it's time to decorate, glaze, caramel, and pecans, as desired. We're glazing each Cinnabon. The warmth helps the frosting soak in and reveal its rich, refined flavor. Using a brush, we gently spread the glaze to make each Cinnabon look perfect. On top, a touch of caramel that not only decorates, but enriches the flavor with delicate notes of burnt sugar, making it deeper and more complex. A crispy pecan touch brings refined texture, buttery, nutty flavor, and enchanting aroma, transforming each cinnamon roll into a true culinary delight. Thank you so much for your likes and subscriptions. Your support inspires me to share even more delicious, tried and true recipes with you.